What is going on, Eye Warriors? So today we're going to talk about how you can make sure, or how to know if intermittent fasting is working, if you're actually burning fat or not with your intermittent fasting regimen. Now, without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Now, one of the questions that I get from you guys is intermittent fasting working for me? I can't tell. I'm not losing weight on the scale, or I'm not losing much weight on the scale. So I don't know if it's working. Should I keep doing it? Should I fast even longer so I could get better results? Now, when people do tend to fast longer, they tend to get better results on the scale. And it's simply because they're eating less, right? So they're accelerating the process a little bit more. And you're overall losing weight, right? There's water weight that comes off, there's glycogen that comes off, there's body fat that comes off as well. So overall, you are losing weight. But just keep in mind that your body fat is not simply the 0.1 pound that you see on the scale, right? Or the 0.1 pound that you see on the scale doesn't always represent body fat loss. You could lose less than 0.1 pound and you're still losing body fat, but that won't reciprocate, or that won't show itself on the scale. One thing that I always tell people is that the scale is a metric to use, but it is not the only metric. And if used as the only metric, then you will unfortunately be misled, especially because of the multitude of things that happen when you are losing weight. Even if you're not using intermittent fasting, just the process of weight loss is not a linear one. And that's a little bit confusing, a little bit disappointing to some, but it's not a linear one. You're going to be going down and up and down and up and down on the scale, but you'll be trending down, which is the important thing. You want to make sure that you're trending down. Now, this is what you should be doing to see if what your intermittent fasting regimen is working. You should be looking at yourself in the mirror every day. You should be taking photos once a week of your body, of the way your face looks, because sometimes when people are trying to lose weight, what they do is they look at one spot and one spot only, the belly. I assure you that more likely than not, your belly will be losing weight below the just noticeable difference if you're constantly looking at it, but it also will be losing weight at a faster rate than all the other parts of your body. So you're focusing on the part that's moving the slowest, so slow that it tends to go below the just noticeable difference, which means you looking at it for 2 weeks straight is not the same as somebody looking at it 2 weeks ago and then looking at it 2 weeks later. To them, they'll see a massive difference. To you, you'll be like, it's the same. I don't see any difference there, right? But it's actually different, especially if you're sticking to whatever regimen you're doing and you're not overeating. You've lost belly fat, but you just lost it. You more than likely just lost your belly fat slowly, but it's noticeable over a larger period of time, like 2 weeks or 3 weeks. But because you're looking at yourself every single day, you're not noticing it. That's why I say take a picture of yourself every week, or once a week. That way you could always reference your pictures with each other, right? So if I take a picture January 1st, right, I could look at myself on February 10th and say, well, how did I look in February 1st? I think maybe I lost some weight, but I can't tell for sure. And then you see February 1st and then you go, oh my goodness, I've lost a lot of weight from January 1st to February 10th. But if you look at February 1st and you're looking at, I'm sorry, if you look at January 1st and then you're looking at January 3rd and comparing it to January 1st, you're not going to see that much of a difference. It's below the just noticeable difference. To get a more accurate analysis of your body fat, you can use fat calipers. They're very cheap. I think you can find them for under $5 or under $6 on Amazon. And all it does is look at your skin fold. Now you can take a skin fold check of right next to your belly button, the side, the waist on the side, right in between basically your chest and your arm, and put those numbers together and see if those numbers are going down. It'll tell you in millimeters how much, how thick your skin fold is, and that skin fold will start to go down. And the reason I say this is because if you just use the scale, it's going to drive you nuts. The scale could also create an illusion of you not losing weight. You might actually be losing body fat. You might be losing a lot of body fat, but you see the scale go up because you had, water retention that day, or more water retention than normal that day, right? Or you weighed yourself at a time when after you ate or something like that. Using the other methods in conjunction with your weight, because of course over time the weight also has to go down. That's an important thing. But people sometimes look at the weight, they see that the weight doesn't go down, they think that they're not losing body fat, therefore they quit, and they never see the weight go down, and then they say whatever they didn't work, whatever diet they used didn't work, because they're only focusing on the metric of weight loss, when weight loss encompasses so much more than just body fat loss. Also, your clothing is going to feel different on you over time when you're losing weight. That's another metric that you can use. A belt is a perfect metric that you can use. How many notches are you comfortably putting on when you are putting on your belt? That's something that you could look at as well. But the weight loss is going to be more extreme in places like your face and your arms before your belly fat. And unfortunately, the belly fat is what most people beam on and look at and focus on with their clothes, without their clothes. When they're trying to lose weight, they just focus so much on the specific spot that tends to be the slowest to lose weight, which can create a negative reinforcement. So hopefully with all of these different tools, taking pictures, you could even take video if you like, for a more robust documentation, but pictures, videos, clothing, and fat calipers if you can. If you don't have them, you could still do these things that I'm mentioning, but that just adds another layer of sophistication to the metric of body fat loss and the scale. Because yes, you still have to be trending down, but it's important. Trending down, not going down, trending down. You're gonna go down from 154. If you're 175, you're gonna go down to 173, up to 174. Stay at 174, down to 172, up to 173, down to 171, up to 173, down to 170. That's how it works. It works in that fashion. So just keep that in mind. Plus, body fat is being lost and gained all the time, even if it isn't 0.1 pound or more. And if it isn't 0.1 pound or more, you won't be seeing it on the scale, but it doesn't mean that it isn't happening. Hopefully this video has helped you guys. Sometimes people say things don't work, but they just quit because they just spent a week or two doing a certain diet and they're wanting the scale to be a linear fall, and it isn't, and that is the only metric that they use. So therefore they don't even know what's going on under the hood. So hopefully this has helped you guys. You guys have asked me this question a lot. I've gotten a lot of messages about this. So this is just a quick, easy way for me to go ahead and make a video for you guys to use to know how to sorry about that, to know how to lose, to check to see if your intermittent fasting regimen is indeed working, even if it feels like it might not be in certain situations, like I mentioned. Until the next one, guys, we'll see you on Friday. Peace out.